Hello, this is Barbara here with your update for the week that lies ahead. I'm talking to you on the Sunday, and so the daily astrological aspects for today are quite challenging. We have the Moon in Aries, square Saturn in Capricorn, which means your desire to jump in and get things done will be affected by the constraints or the limitations of reality. So you might find yourself at loggerheads or bumping your head against the things that you can't do. Remember, change the focus to what you can do and use your energy properly. At the end of the day, when everything's done, you will have time to relax and unwind and enjoy the fruits of your labors. Monday, the 17th of December. The moon is leaving the sign of Aries, but it's making a tight conjunction with the planet Uranus, which means emotions combine with intuition, farsightedness, and impulse. So you are likely to rush into something. You might find a wonderful solution, you might open up something interesting, or you may just find that you dive right down into the pool without knowing if the pool is deep or shallow. So whatever you get yourself involved in today could have long-term implications. Do try and think and control those actions. Tuesday, the 18th of December. The moon is moving into the sign of Taurus now, but it's still connected to Uranus, the planet of the unexpected. So if you found your day was a little bit topsy-turvy yesterday, it may still be so today. But as the moon is moving, it's forming a square aspect with Pluto, the planet of extreme. So your reactions to things might be extreme. In fact, it could put you on a course that's hell-bent for whatever goal you see for yourself, or it could mean that you're involved with other people who force you into situations that have like an all or nothing kind of component. And if you do find yourself in a situation like that, remember, you could either say, oh gosh, well, to hell with the expense, I'm going to do it. Whether you buy something, say something, jump into a relationship, jump out of a relationship, everything that you do is going to have a cost today, but you won't be thinking about that. So please, forewarned is forearmed, think carefully before you dive into anything. In that way, you could avoid a ton of trouble. Wednesday, the 19th of December. Well, here you go. I have to warn you, the moon is now settling in to Taurus. Now, Taurus is normally a luxury-loving sign, although it's stable. And the moon opposite Venus means that you and the people around you will love doing things just because you want to or because they feel nice. Whenever the moon's opposite Venus, there's a tendency to spend far more money than you can afford and worry about the expense later. So remember, Taurus is practical. It should help you to count the cost before you get involved. And if you don't count the cost, it should help you to start thinking about how on earth you're going to earn enough money to pay for these unexpected but really great, wonderful, luxurious, just because I want them, purchases. Thursday, the 20th of December. The energy of the moon, still in practical Taurus, now combines with Mars, which means stuff is going to get done. You know what you need to do, you know how much effort it's going to take, and you just want to get it finished. It's as if you're aware of the time frame. The goalposts are coming closer. You don't have time to waste on anything. So should somebody come to you with a sob story, you may be far too impatient or preoccupied with what you're doing to pay attention to them. Remember, somebody might suffer from hurt feelings. Be careful that you're not the one that ignores things. It will be at your own peril. Friday, the 21st of December. The moon is at the edge of the sign of Taurus, which means it's still a strong sense of practicality. But the moon is now moving into an opposition with Jupiter, a very strong opposition, which suggests that you are very likely to make poor buying decisions. This combination, the square of moon to Jupiter, is squaring Neptune, who is fogging up the issue. So there's a big chance that you could be deceived into buying something. You could buy the things that is going to be a tremendous problem as time goes by. And remember, if you fall in love with somebody or you get involved in a relationship under these aspects, the chances are you're going to bite off more than you can chew. So please, even if it feels good, looks good, tastes good, feels good, just back off a little bit and take a good long look at what it's really going to cost you in the long term. In that way, you could escape putting your head into a noose that will be regretted. And I just mean that figuratively, because this is the classic sign of unwise purchasing decisions. So if you're having to, you've been waiting to go and do your festive season shopping, and this is the day you do it, this is what you're going to be doing at the end of the day when you realize your money has disappeared and you haven't got everything that you need. So please, take it from me, just calm down and make sure that you stick to your buying plan. In that way, you'll be able to make your money last. Otherwise, you're going to be sorry. Saturday, the 22nd of December. We are now moving into the full moon period of the December season. The moon is now in Cancer, and it's an opposition to the sun in Capricorn, because the sun moves into the sign of Capricorn today. So Capricorn people, you should start feeling a little bit better about yourself, but the moon opposite the sun will enhance feelings, whether it's good feelings or negative feelings, whether it's you are very aware of how important people are to you, which is kind of like okay for this time of the year, or whether you look at them and think, oh my word, if only I didn't have to do all of these things for other people, how much more could I do for myself? So there's a strong feeling of having to do things and wondering where your own needs will fit in. So you may find yourself like on the seesaw between other people and yourself. And be careful, because this can lead you to feeling resentful when there are things that you need to do. So you'll have to manage your attitude as best possible. Thank goodness we have the planet Mercury moving into a nice close conjunction with Jupiter, and that means there's a general sense of good cheer and bonhomie and cheerfulness and compassion and getting on well with others. So there'll be times where everything's okay and times where you feel, oh, do I have to do this? But generally, if you can just remember that things are going to be up and down as a result of the full moon, you should find that it's far easier to deal with things instead of getting bogged down in those old patterns or old attitudes that can hold you back. But when it's full moon, everybody feels good, so that's great. Spend some time under the moon, cuddle with your sweetheart, sing Christmas carols, or whatever. But don't isolate yourself from the things that are happening in life just because you don't want to make a mess of it. If you know what the trends are, you can navigate through them, and that will mean you have a very happy time. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Please remember to like and share with anybody else that could do with a bit of insight into how best to get through the week that lies ahead.